The Deathless Challenge, beating the entire game on legendary difficulty without dying a single time. It's been a few years since this challenge has started to gain attraction, and more runners are getting interested in trying to test their skill and seeing just how far they can go. Today we take this another step further into LASO Deathless, legendary all skulls on without dying, which if you think about it, this is the intended way to play LASO, as the Iron Skull resets the full mission if you die anyway. Now, this is not my first LASO Deathless run, but I'm going to take you through level by level on what to do and explain how this was possible. Let's get in there. We all know, deep down in our hearts, that Armory is the first mission. It is, but since this is a co-op run, the Heretic, which is just a cutscene, and the Armory are disabled, so we can get right into the run with Cairo Station. So, this run starts out with what looks like an easy skip, tram skip. I promise, it looks much easier than it actually is. To keep this short, there's an elastic barrier behind the tram that blocks the player from pushing through it. But with two people and the correct timing, you can push one player into the other and land on the other side of the door just in time, so when the door closes, it locks you on the other side. To explain this just one step further, the time window for this is 2 in-game frames, and the base game runs at 60 frames per second, which means that you don't have very much time to do this, so you really need to be in lockstep with your teammates. But since this is literally 5 seconds in, we might as well get this trick done, as it does skip a bunch of the early enemy encounters and allows us to go straight to the first hangar. Before we get there though, the abuse of the Black Eye Skull needs to take place. The Black Eye Skull is set up to give you shield when you melee an enemy to death. Funny thing is, Halo 2 is the only Halo in which the game thinks that some objects like trucks and turrets and so on are enemies. Furthermore, Halo 2 also allows you to melee your allies, as they can technically be potential enemies. You'll see throughout this run how to manipulate this skull effect, basically what objects to use it on, and where to get the best result. So, Hangar 1. With 2 people, it's way easier to control. And combine that with getting overshield, yeah, knock that out. And in Hangar 2, we used an older strat of moving a box over top of a turret. Then you can get on the turret and glitch yourself inside of the box so that the enemies can't see you. While Josh is constantly turreting things, I hit them with the combo from down bottom, knock that shit out. Both Hangar 1 and 2 of Cairo Station are pretty much the worst part. So now that that's over, the rest of this mission has plenty of paths to choose from to bypass the enemies. That, along with the Envy Skull, makes for quick mission progression. I casually nade my teammate to make sure he's awake as we enter the drone hangar.
You stop.
And 2BRs just shits on everything. Heading into bomb room, everything goes according to plan, and that's Cairo done in just over 10 minutes. To put this into perspective, other LASO co-op casual playthroughs can take over an hour.
Opinions on Belle Delphine, honestly, I think she's got it figured out. She's honestly pretty cute. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just want someone else out of Cairo.
Outskirts is of course one of the easiest missions in this challenge, as the mission length is short and many of the enemies can simply be skipped. There's a nade launch lineup to get the ghost outside of the map, and then I have Josh hop on top so he can take out the only enemy sniper that's a potential problem. While he does that, I can just keep on driving. The rest of this mission is a pattern of camo timings, thanks to the Envy Skull, while getting in and out of the ghost to sail through the tunnel at the end of the level. It's kind of a shame this mission never gets much attention in these types of runs. The beginning of this mission is really, really tough, but why would you choose to fight wave after wave of enemy, like 10 or so sniper jackals, when you can literally just jump up on the roof and bypass it all? Moving on to Metro. We got some more driving after we get shields at the start, and in the tunnel section, I've developed a head glitching strat to get by this tight quarter section with ease. If you don't know what a head glitch is, it's simply where you stick your head into a wall while holding forward and while looking straight down. This puts the head of your character model into void space, and in short, the enemies can't see you at all. The funny thing is that they still know where you are because of the Whoopopotamus skull, but since the enemies identify where you are based on where your head is located, and while head glitching, it's in void space, quote unquote, you get in essence permanent invisibility. Albeit, you can't really see very well because your head is in a wall and you're looking straight down, but if you know the maps well, you can definitely use this to your advantage. Okay, yeah, I got carried away. All right, back to Metro, we skip shit. Okay, cool. Then, after that, we used some teamwork to get out of the map and hit a load in the dome section to despawn some enemies, and I hit another despawn a little later in the Wraith section. I found a rocket frag launch strat to get on the Scarab early, thanks to Sputnik, then a snazzy backsmack party in the control center of the Scarab.
Double kill, triple kill.
I got them all. You're good. You're good. Nice. Just over a half hour in, and we get to play the first mission as the Arbiter. In the 343 LASO playlist, this would normally be the first mission where you wouldn't need the Envy Skull, as the Arbiter already has invisibility. One side note here that not many people know is that I believe Bungie actually thought about taking away Arbiter's camo and switching it to a flashlight by the Envy Skull effect. Instead, we get 343 taking out Envy completely instead of keeping honest to what LASO actually is. Can you imagine Arbiter with a flashlight? How do you think that would have changed the campaign? Let me know down in the comments. Back to the run. So far, this run is super clean, and everything on Arbiter is going well. Using solid teamwork, we plow through the hangar, and then get up close and personal to take out the heretics throughout the rest of this mission. In case you're wondering why sometimes I can go head to head with heretic melees and not take damage, the short of it is their forward melee hitbox is broken. They can only do damage from a diagonal angle. That means straight on melees, don't do anything. Toward the end, we see a grunt giving an elite a piggyback ride. What the fuck did I just witness? An elite just jumped on a grunt's head and started walking, like while the grunt was walking by. Yeah, because that's completely normal. And, well, we fly to the end, and that's Arbiter. Next up's Oracle, and this mission is really boring. I don't want you to fall asleep, so I'm going to sum it up really quickly. The first room is a wave fight. You're waiting on spawns. Then there's an elevator. You're waiting to drop. Then there's another wave fight, which we skip. So again, we're waiting on spawns. The occasional scream here and there. And then there's just a super tiny bit of fighting, followed by the most broken glitch to exist. There's a pressure launch that makes you invulnerable, Halo 3 style, that's used all the way to the end of the mission. We thought everything was good to go until Josh got just a little too aggressive. Oh, get out of there.
Oh my god, I'm one.
Yep, I got you. I got you. Get away. I got you. You got fucking EMP'd. You got EMP'd. Okay. Josh got EMP'd when he killed the Sentinel and then almost got slashed to death by one of the last remaining Flood. Thankfully, I was ready and I was able to step in. We get back on track, hit the pressure launch, and we're right back to it. The worst part is that this mission is still almost 30 minutes long. Okay, get this shit off my screen. Bye. And in the trash, get it out of here. Hey, Delta Halo, how's it going? Yo! Yet another mission where, you guessed it, I'm skipping shit. There are sections later in this run that are absolute trash, so I'm taking every shortcut I possibly can. But that doesn't stop me from having a little bit of fun along the way.
Oh god, I gotta sneeze again, dude. Oh shit.
I use my teammate all throughout Delta Halo to hit triggers after I'm already past certain points. Then I grab a ghost, and I'm off. This level is heavy on obligating you to hit triggers for progression, but I've spent many an hour on finding the perfect route. A nice easy mission to prepare for Regret coming up next. Regret is notably one of the hardest missions on standard Legendary, let alone LASO. Some say it's even harder than Gravemind, but I'm not convinced. As soon as we spawn in, timing is everything. We rush the doorway to get ahead of the spawns and backsmack the spawning in elites before they even know what is happening. And then I lure in one more elite to the inside and eliminate any chance of death here. We jump into a specific spot and force a despawn, and then co-op jump up top to save shields and gain height advantage to kill the Jackal. There's 5 total. After they're dead, we kill a few more enemies to force a 6th Jackal to spawn in. After he's dead, I get a sword, get some shield, and we Sputnik jump across the broken bridge to do a level sequence break and get on the gondola early. Now, I've mentioned this in other videos, but here is an MCC only glitch or trick, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much, you delay a checkpoint while on the gondola by meleeing, shooting, jumping, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it's delayed. Basically, the game thinks that you're in steady combat, and because of this, it just despawns the Phantom that's supposed to bring in the Hunter reinforcements. I guess the game doesn't want to overload you with combat, or maybe it's just bad writing in the code. I don't really know. I don't really care either. I just know that it works, so I'm using it. Once we get to the first tower, all of the enemies are despawned thanks to the level sequence break and the Phantom despawn. Here, I can use another Sputnik jump to get on top of the tower and get height advantage for the next fight. Meanwhile, we have a Pelican flying into a gondola outside.
Look, look. Oh, look.
It's stuck. There's that programming again. Coming up is the underwater interior, which is simply killing a few enemies, using head glitching, and then more head glitching onto the final gondola ride and into the main temple. Unfortunately, I take a shit ton of damage while clearing out the enemies outside the temple, and I have to use 3 of the 4 turrets to get shield back. But now for something special. I have a specific lineup for a double frag nade jump to get a large enough boost to go straight into one of the windows of Regret's temple. There are a couple of ways to do this, like you can do a swordfly redirect or a rocket frag jump, but this method has such a forgiving timing window and it keeps your shields the highest. This is for sure the best method for this skip. You may be asking why I'm going in the window in the first place. That's because this skips a trigger and allows me to get into the fight while everything is completely unloaded. This way I can block all of the spawn points for the enemies and get a super easy 1v1 versus Regret. Josh takes care of any extra grunts running around to minimize any grenades being thrown, and that's arguably the hardest boss fight in the game beat. Moving on to Sacred Icon. Okay, is it just me, or is every Arbiter mission either an auto-scroller or a piss ton of walking? Maybe I'm just looking too much into that, but yeah, SI start is walk, 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 till you get to the gondola. After we get to a gondola, then it's the auto-scroller. We gotta wait. Okay, we fight an enforcer that's coming up. That's not hard. It takes a lot of ammo that we don't want to use. So shout out to Hank for looking into source code and figuring out that the game stops the perimeter check of looking for enemies in this section after 5 minutes. That means we don't have to kill anything here, and we can just wait for the door to open. So another auto-scroller, and we wait. After waiting, we continue with more walking. Josh isn't paying attention and gets stuck in a wall and then proceeds to hear things that don't exist.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh god, get down from there. Just get away from over there, dude. Get away from over there. I killed everybody over here. Jesus, you moron.
Oh my god, there's one here. I'm getting chased. I hear him. Where's he at? Kill those guys. I'm gonna kill this guy.
Move!
Oh my Jesus!
Get the free shield. Get this free shield right there. Oh my god, please. Just get the shield off the guy that's not moving. Get it off this one that's not fucking moving. Come on, dude. Oh my god. You need one more. Jesus.
God, man, my fucking ass fucking smells, dude. Like, I can't focus, man.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I was standing on the top of that little thing that we opened up, and I didn't think it would, like, close again on us, and I went up in there, and I glitched out of it. Thank God.
Oh, my God, dude. If you would have died, I would have been so fucking mad.
I thought it just stayed down there. I was trying to get an angle on this fucking flood. I got a boner.
We get shields off of blowing up dead bodies because the Black Eye Skull is busted in H2. Like, why not? And after one little drop down, there's another nice little nade jump. There's a lineup on a wall that I look at, and it looks like just a nade jump, but what you don't see is the specifics of just how tight that jump is. If I jump straight up too far, I hit the roof. If I hold back too far, I hit the load. Not trying to get technical here, but if you miss that despawn, fighting all of the flood in this area is like eating a pine cone covered in sawdust. It sucks ass. So, Now, there's more running and head glitching through the fogged hallways, and then down some tubes to the end area. We fight off a couple of guys and do yet another Sputnik jump to skip shit. At least this mission is going according to plan so far. Oh my god! I just almost got crushed. I just almost got crushed by a box. Yep, I almost just killed myself. I know. I'm just insane at the game. The best. Yep. Anyway, the rest of this mission is decloaking enemies from a distance with the plasma rifle and then carbining the flood to death. Halfjaw takes out the majority of them and we just clean up the rest, unless he decides to join the NASA space program. Dude, don't piss this moron off! Is he gone?
Yep. Bastard, Chief. You mind telling me what you're doing on that shit? Relax, you bald idiot. I'm finishing this fucking fight.
A short time later, we finish all the waves and level done. Then, yet again, another Arbiter mission where, wait for it, there's waiting. Who'd have guessed? Okay, the start of QZ, or Quarantine Zone, is simple enough. You drive past shit till you get inside the crashed Sentinel factory. We kill a few things and then do a co-op only strat. There's a trigger on this mission that is required to be hit or else the gondola ride will soft lock at the end. The trigger is in the section where you first get the tank on a casual playthrough. Before that though, we get out of the map and then Josh specifically skips this trigger. Once he's clear, I hit the load and wait for him to teleport me forward. This breaks the spawn sequence for the remainder of this part of the mission, and that brings us to the final gondola ride so we can prepare for Gravemind, the last big level of the run. I will see you in a minute because I'm going to go take a nap while I have to wait. Cool. But just tell me whenever we're getting ready to hit the cutscene and I'll come back.
Do you have your headset on still?
Yeah, I got my headset on. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. I'm going to let you go to the potty.
Fucking grown-ass man walk around the house with the fucking headset on.
Come here. Here, go to the bathroom. The start of Gravemind is always awful on any run, let alone co-op, let alone LASO. The enemies always target player 2, and player 2 has input delay. Combine that with the fact that you start with no shield, and you can see that one small misstep is 3 hours in the trash. But after the initial wave, we get control and we opt to set up on both sides of the exit portion of the room. This forces all of the enemies to spawn in the closest set of doors, and that allows us to get easy backsmacks to maintain control and keep our shields up. Normally, this section would be a lot less hectic with the known despawn strat, but because the lineup is quite specific and both players have to be perfect, and the fact that our heads-up display is disabled, just killing this shit was the best option. We managed to muddle through it, we get through the first room, and finally get our bearings on this monster of a mission. The next couple of sections go according to plan as we just simply kill what needs to be killed and we approach the prison lift. This is where the run is made or broken. 3 hours in and you get one shot. I guess it's not like anywhere else in the run, but this is a big point. We backtrack to the lift and abuse the broken black eye skull effect to gain shield and discuss what's coming up.
Okay, so I feel like we need to talk about if we somehow fuck up this prison schedule. What do we do?
I'm gonna do the lineup to pre-nade the brutes whenever we go down, and we're gonna run off to the side, and we're just gonna try to live again. I mean, the last time my head was in a wall, and I just got fucked anyway. Like, I wasn't making a mistake there. I don't know what happened. Prison skip in co-op is a little different than a solo run. There's a, let's call it a mechanic for lack of a better word. But in co-op, there are certain points of the game where players will get teleported to one another during mission progression. These are called BSP loads. Just to not get overly complicated, all this is the game loading in another portion of the map so the players can progress. This being said, the player left behind can't stay in an unloaded portion of the map, so they get teleported to the player that's moving forward. I say all of this because there's a BSP load in the middle of the prison skip lift, and with the way spawns work in this game, you can't get teleported too close to any enemies. During prison skip, you're right next to an enemy. That's literally how the skip works. Okay. I've gone way down the rabbit hole, but these are important specifics. All of this is said for this one fact. If I do prison skip wrong, Josh has the potential to just spawn outside of the lift in void space and fall to his death. Well, here goes. All right, be looking up just in case. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I got it.
There are 2 groups of Marines in this detention block. I'll zero their locations. You neutralize the guards. Quietly.
Got it.
Get this fucking jack off me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
there's
God,
2.
2 of them.
I got one.
Get
I
this
got.
guy,
Let me
get
kill.
this
Let me
guy.
kill. Let me kill.
You need a.
Nailed it. Now, while I push my heart back down into my chest, a Marine recites a line from a 70s song. Okay, how much health do I have? Yeah, moving on. There's a lot of killing. Pretty much everything in the next several sections. The further these runs go, the more cautious you gotta become. A side note. While I'm progressing through this mission, there are certain enemies that I purposely spawn in. Basically, I need to fill up space on the map to prevent enemy spawns that are supposed to happen later in the mission. Now, the easiest way I can explain garbage collection. As you are progressing through the mission, enemies that you skip or bypass or forget or didn't notice, didn't see, whatever, they get marked for deletion so the game can spawn in enemies later on in the level. But there are certain instances, and this is one of them, where some enemies never get marked for deletion and they take up space on the map until the level is cleared. So, I spawned in this grunt and thought everything was good to go, but then this happened.
Hold! Oh my God, fuel rotted! You getting fuel rotted! Oh my God, run! Holy shit!
I'm good.
Okay, stop.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be good. I'm good. I'll kill this guy. I'm alright. I'm good. That dude, oh,
Holy
just, okay.
shit!
I have never, this game is fucking garbage, dude. I don't understand it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You need fucking.
Just get the
Okay,
fuck
good.
over here. The grunt that I spawned in almost never engages, as he is essentially an Easter egg enemy that just defends the skull. But that's the Whoopo skull effect coming in hot, and I just barely managed to escape. Still, we're killing just about everything. I refuse to let anything else go wrong. We hit a few despawns, one with a buddy jump and another with a sword fly. And finally, I use a nade lineup to stun the hunters early in the exit door of the mausoleum fight so I can do a level sequence break and wait out the final fight. After about 11.5 minutes, an anti-soft lock timer kicks in, and that allows this mission to finally be over. One easy mission left, one huge skip left, one boss fight left. It's time for Uprising, and this mission has the biggest deviation from any other category of run. I designed a LASO specific route for this mission that literally skips everything after the initial spawn sequence. We start off with a buddy jump into a tantrum. This skips the first reinforcement wave. If you want to know more about a tantrum, basically it has to do with an idling animation glitch and polygons that are in the air, if you can think of the map. The entire map, everything as like a grid. The best thing I can compare it to is like a Super Mario double jump where, you know, you jump and then you jump again. Anyway, let's get back to this route. This is shield specific. I have to have all 3 layers of shield and I cannot make a mistake. I stand in a specific spot outside of the map and look at another specific spot on a tree to line up a double nade jump. This launches me up into the mountains, and I follow that up with a brute shot launch to fully break outside of the map, and this mission is already done. I walk to the end of the mission, which actually takes a little bit of time to get there, and I mentally prepare for high charity skip. You already know, this mission, pretty much like the rest of this run, is do or die. I set up a fan underneath my hands because they're sweating as the nervousness and reality sets in. I lure the flood into position, and we're off. Nothing like a little world's first run, along with possibly wasting 4 hours if I fail. Many of you have already at least heard of what butterflying is, but to keep it brief, I melee cancel into a flood over and over and essentially pilot the enemy to the end level trigger of this mission. However, idiots on Xbox Live had something different in mind because shortly after I started the hardest trick in the Halo franchise, this happened. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna freak out. Wow. I'm actually getting invite spammed right now. Cool. I'm blocking whoever the fuck this is. Wow.
Just focus up. Just focus up.
Imagine, chat.
Ignore it, dude.
Let me listen. No. No. Get ready to press A. Hey! Oh no!
I spammed it.
Yes! Let's go! Now let me block this
Before
moron.
we do anything, fucking block that idiot. Yo, Mikey, if you're in the fucking chat, which I know you are, you're a fucking idiot, kid. Fuck you. Get shit on, bitch. Get fucking shit on,
Get
bitch.
fucking destroyed.
Fucking
I'm gonna report him too.
Idiot.
I'm gonna report him. Unsupporting behavior. Harassment. Submit, thanks.
Fucking moron.
Get fucked,
Fuck
idiot.
you, bitch.
That's exactly what you get. Alright, now let this shit stop.
He's gonna get on another account and do it, dude.
No, I'm not
Fucking
gonna
bitch.
change notification settings right now. Just, it's alright. It'll stop.
Alright,
I
so
needed to
sit back
focus
here,
right
right?
there. Yeah. Nothing like ass trolls on the internet that think they are funny. Honestly, I probably would have broken something in a serious fit of rage if that horse shit would have ruined my run. Thankfully, it didn't. And despite all odds, there's only one mission left. Alas, the great journey. Things start off exactly as expected. We use another despawn tactic to remove the wraiths from play, and Josh has a mental breakdown trying to melee a vehicle. Oh, come on.
Ah, dude. Fuck
Oh
you.
my god. Oh my god. Stop hitting X. Dude, you suck. Oh my god. What am I watching? What the fuck is this?
My fucking
Jesus.
T-Rex. Did I get
Okay,
all
you're
this off
blue.
that?
You're blue. You're blue. Okay. Alright. We make our way into the interior using a series of camos and head glitches, skipping a few challenging sections. Then when we make it to the prison, we make sure to hit a load for mission progression and then start backtracking. Being able to skip so much of the final mission, so many of these sections, is so useful at the end of this run. We head back outside and do a mountain climbing expedition to break the AI and the scarab clear. Something stupid I have to mention, I have to go on a little rant here. Of course, this is something that only I would be able to find because I'm a loser, I know. In the older versions of MCC, when playing co-op, there's something that happens or that can happen during the start of this cutscene. Basically, the game would just shut off. Don't know what's going on here, but there's really one specific thing that happened back during the Season 7 patch. If you cleared the Scarab fight section without shooting in co-op, the game would always just implode and send you back to the Xbox dashboard. Fucking idiocy. Okay, rant over. Yeah, we clear that shit, and then guess what? The moron from High Charity Skip is back on a second account, but I'm not gonna let that pile of dildos stop me. All of this brings us to the final boss fight against Tartarus, the final step in cementing this run in history. The boss fight itself is simple enough. We just shoot him with the beam rifle and take his shields down. So while Josh does that, I head for the Banshee, hop in it, and start putting fire on it. Take some time to take him out, but we maintain focus and make sure that there are no chokes here, taking out the reinforcement waves of brutes that spawn in between the damage cycles. After a short time, we finally were able to claim the world's first LASO Deathless Co-op completion of Halo 2. This run was just over 4.5 hours, but well worth the grind. It's one more stepping stone to fill out my list of achievements that I'm striving for. Thank you for taking this journey with me and taking the time. I hope you enjoyed. YouTube, you know what to do. I'll see you next time. Later.